Today we're going to talk about the special weapons and modules you can get through Powerplay. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous with Down to Earth Astronomy. Through Powerplay you can get access to a variety of different, mainly weapons, but also other modules. Some of them can be very useful in special situations, so that's what we're going to look at today, how you can get your hands on those. And I should probably say this is not going to be a Powerplay guide, this is just going to be how the mechanics works towards getting those special weapons. Now, if we go over here, we can go and look at the galactic powers. And in here, we can see all the different major factions that are currently available in the game. And each of these factions, each of these people, will offer a special weapon or special module if you reach a certain criteria. And that criteria are, let's go in here, you can see you have different ranks. And the ranks here then will give you a weekly payout. But again, you can see here to unlock this, you need to have collected 10,000 of what's called merits. There again, different ranks, the more merits you collect, the higher rank you will be. And the way this works is that every Thursday, it will update and look at how many merits you create last week, and you will then get the proper rank. And then the week after, it will then take half of your already existing merits, and then add that to the ones you already earned. So if you the previous week have had, let's say you have 1,000 merits earned, you will then next week get half of that added on top. That's not really important for what we're doing here, how that mechanic works. The most important thing is, what do you need to do to get those weapons? We can see here, for instance, with Duval, we can see here at rank 3, it says unlock access to prismatic shield generators. After 4 weeks of pledge to this power, so that means we need to be pledged for 4 weeks and we need to hit rank 3 or higher. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you are looking for a specific item is, of course, figure out what item you want. In my case, I already have the prismatic shields, so, but if you wanted those, you're of course going to go and look at Duval here. But in my case, I am, oh, that was a little bit too far. I'm currently looking at the fragmentation cannons, which is offered by Zachary Hudson. So we can see here, if we go into pledge, we can see here, and he unlocks them also at rank 3, which is, I think, all of them do. So, all you have to do for now is you're going to go down here and you're going to go and say pledge allegiance. I'm going to confirm that. We're now pledged, and we now have here a stat that says how long we've been pledged. We've been pledged as 0 days. So, all we have to do now is wait 3 weeks. So, I'll see you in 3 weeks. And by the power of video editing, here we are a little over 3 weeks later. It's been 3 weeks, 2 days actually. And now I'm about ready to do my merits, because, as we talked about, I need to be ranked 3. Now, remember that these ranks only update every Thursday. So, just because you have the ranks, the merit, doesn't mean you automatically get the rank. You need to wait until the coming Thursday in order to get that. And currently it is Wednesday, so that's why I'm doing it today, because that means tomorrow the Powerplay is going to do its update, and I'm going to get the rank, and then I'm going to have that rank for a week. And once I then pass the 4-week mark, so that all the conditions are fulfilled, so I have been there for 4 weeks, and I have the 3rd rank, then I have the ability to go and purchase the weapons. But for now, we need to do our merits, and there are many ways you could do this. You can get merits through either preparing expansions. Basically, you can go to the overview and you can see here what kind of activities that the different power want. For instance, Zachary Hudson here, combat all the way. He just wants to go and shoot people. But there are other ways that you can do it, and faster ways. And the way I prefer to do it is that you come into your galaxy map, which you've already done this, and normally your map probably looks something like this, depending on how you set it up. But switch it over to Powerplay and select your faction. So I'm gonna go with Zachary Hudson, and we can see here that their home system, their headquarters, has been highlighted. So I recommend you go here to the headquarter for the given faction that you use, and you can see I've already done that. And once you're at the headquarters, you can help either prepare or enforce, or at least help with the given faction. And what you do is you come in here to contracts, and you go into to Powerplay. And here you can see that you can collect different collect these supplies, and you can collect a maximum of 10. Because you have plenty of cargo. They take up normal cargo space in your cargo holds, so I'll confirm that. And now you can see I have to either wait, I think it's 10 minutes or something like that, or I can fast back to the next quota, so I can pay to get in front of the line and get my next quota right away. So I'll do that, and I can now take the next 10. So that means that I can deliver these to some of the systems that, in this case, you can see this is for fortifying. So we need to find a system that needs to be fortified. I'll show you that in a little bit. So basically I can just go here and I can keep taking these until I have a full cargo hold. And then again, get as much cargo hold as you can. And of course, paying for these means you're paying 100,000 for 10. So you're paying 10,000 credits per supply. One supply, when you hand that in, gives you 1 merit. So that means you need to pay, that must be 7.5 million credits to do this. It's a small amount of money, and with the amount of money you get in the game, it shouldn't be too much of an issue paying that off. So I'm gonna start by stacking up on these and filling up my cargo hold. Once your ship is filled up with supplies, we're gonna go over back here to the galactic power. We're gonna go into our selected power, and we're gonna go over to control. And now we can see all the systems where some of them have system alerts. We can see, for instance, here there's a system here that's currently being fortified, and it says we can help fortifying, of course, by collecting these supplies and bringing them to the system. And you can see the distance also. This is only 15.5 light years away. So that looks pretty good to me. So that might be a good destination for handing in these supplies. And once we're in the target system, we go back into contacts, we go into Powerplay, and now we can hand in supplies. And once we've done that, we'll get our first set of merits. And of course, we need to gather 750 merits in total. So that means I need to do another run. But as soon as I've done that, I should have all the merits I need. There we go. And then I just have to wait. So you can see now, if I go in here to the Powerplay section again, and I go here and go rating, you can now see that on the merits earned this week, I have my 384, which is the one I just handed in. And from last week, you also have nothing, because you get half of what you had last week carried over to the next week. So, as you can see here, I'm still rank 1, even though I have plenty to get up to rank 2, but again, have to wait next Thursday. So I'm going to do another run. We have to wait for the coming Thursday to get rank 3, and then we have to wait what's left 5 days until I have been pledged for 4 weeks, and at that point I can get the weapons. But you guys can join me in 5 days when the 4 weeks has finally passed. And finally now, it's been 4 weeks. You can see I've now been bumped up to rank 3. So that means that all the prerequisites for getting the weapons should now be fulfilled. So if we go into the, oh, that was too far. If we go into the outfittings, you should now have access to buy whatever module it is you're getting. I was getting the fragmentation cannons. So if we go in here, select hard points, browse, fragmentation cannons, and there we go, pacifier frag cannons are now available. You can buy as many as you want, of course, but you can only buy them as long as you're pledged to that power. That means what I would recommend you do is you buy enough of them, at least enough that you feel like you're gonna need, and then either you can stay with the power that you'll then continuously have access to it as long as you stay at rank 3. But as soon as you leave the power, you will no longer be able to buy the weapons. You will be able to keep the weapons that you have, and if you lose your ship that has the weapons fitted, you will be able to rebuy the ships with them even though you're not pledged to the power. So it's not like you're going to lose the weapons because you leave, but you're just not going to be able to rebuy them. And if you want to buy more of them later on, you have to go through the whole 4-week process again, all over. But that's pretty much all there is to it. I really hope you found this video useful. If you did, give it a like down below. Consider subscribing to the channel or supporting it more directly on Patreon. And until next time, I will see you guys in space.